Ki Khubor Ka Batesi TV. Lawan Rashapi Daka Frank Yamaha. Visit Yamaha showroom for big discount and very low down payments only this August. Don't miss out. Contact 96129 51198 or 96129 51298.
Habeshim benta banyakan Ïing dorbar tauan halo kamat belawanra do MLA ke Nong po ubak Melbourne im halo kamat ke bede bak kejingdon kam berkentiu shushu ya ke kam jengok kai ha ke jela u MLA ke mau keruat ubak renek ton ling dok tongkar lepasat shibun jeng ajengmut ya ke sorkar bakan lek kenang bak jela Meghalaya kan kieu ha ke kam jengok kai Belakin tu ya ke sorkar bukan Shimkia yakin ni kijing ajumut jong kenang baka Meghalaya kini ke Ïing jong India hak Sngi Shuti berberok kinwan tu syaka ni ke jela bar hak kata kapor ulang baka yok kot ke jela kan kiu baki nong Meghalaya kin bun kam hak badi ki lakngut ke samla kin yokam Haba jubab kijing ajumut ki MLA ki bele shimbin talang banyakan halo kani kaman menteri ketrat jengok kai perthei ubak polling do ulang buat benta ke Meghalaya kalong kum shibenta na ke beneng na ke benta ke nong jengok kai bawan syaka ni ke jela bak ke sorkar klashim ni babon ki lat kelenti ban gentiu syuk ka kam jengok kai baban penbit penbiang ki jalan kam ha ki jaka jengok kai kum ke boarding ke network ki mobile bat kum ta ter.
So with this regard, first of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to you for allowing me to raise this pertinent issue within this August House. I stand here on behalf of all the stakeholders who have actively involved in the tourism sector within the state, be it the small shop owner, be it a taxi driver, be it a tourist taxi driver, homestay owner, hotel owner, tourist guide, tourist operator, etc. Yesterday also we had an exhaustive discussion about unemployment, where directly, indirectly, it has a link with tourism sector. This is one of the sector in which there is a huge potential. Many of our beautiful hills, valley, the plain that we have within a state, it has a huge potential for tourism, in which to a certain percentage, it can cater to generate employment for the people of our state. The government of the day, on record, has tirelessly bringing many initiatives how to handhold all the stakeholders as much as it can. It is not easy for the government within a month of a year to fulfill all the wish and aspiration of the people at large, especially keeping in mind the issue of unemployment, which is there in each and every concerned person. So the initiative of the government since MDA 1, MDA 2, I would like to place on record my sincere thanks to the government, to the Honorable Chief Minister, to the Honorable Tourism Minister, to the official and all the stakeholders for their continuous effort how to boost tourism within our state. Just recently, we have seen the calendar has been published and released, which is very impressive in days to come, in weeks and months to come, that we are going to experience many kind of activities that will take place within our state, such as Autumn Festival, or Wangala, Nong dance, the Migong Festival, the Megha Kayak, the Umyam boating, literary festival, winter tales, cherry blossom, and it goes on. These are initiatives that has been taken to pave way, to encourage where stakeholders they could associate themselves, how to cope up and to take this opportunity to develop tourism sector in a state. As we know within our state, be it from Khasi Hill or Garo Hills or Jainta Hills, as I have said in my opening remark, we have many beautiful places in which we can compete at par with other states so that we can boost our economy within a state. Where we have seen, due to the boost in tourism, there has been an increase in the footfall of tourists within a state also. From 7 to 8 lakh in 2013 annually to 12 to 15 lakhs between 2023-24, which means that tourism sector has started to peak within a state. In the past, the government have done many initiatives, and now also we have to catch with the time where we can meet the aspiration of the people, where tourism sector has provided livelihood opportunity, not less to 50,000 people, that is minimum in a state, have earned their livelihood from this sector. Sir, through this short duration discussion, would like to bring to the notice of the government few points where we can carry ahead this sector to boost tourism in the state. The traditional and rich cultural heritage, magnificent monument, natural surrounding, architectural, masterpiece, music, dance, painting, custom, language that we have within our state is commendable. Our state is blessed with a natural beauty, rich cultural heritage, adventure tourism opportunities. The fiscal feature represents a nature-based aesthetic value of Meghalaya, which form its culture, cuisines, adventure, wildlife, etc. It is also renowned for its living root bridges, which is famous all around the world, where people from all walks of life, they will drop in the state and visit these beautiful places. The potential of Meghalaya to become a major tourist destination is immense. Tourism holds a great position in contributing to the economy, to the overall economy of the people of Meghalaya. It plays an active role in the state economic development, making it a key area of interest for policymakers. And the numbers suggest that the increase in the footfall of tourism, of the tourists, it is very impressive within a state. With the boost of tourism in the state, the youth have better opportunity for employment, not only for youth, for all ages. Opportunity in many fields, tour operator, guides, hotel employee, transportation, drivers, shopkeepers, all this, they will be benefited out of it. The main concern, sir, is the sustainability of our tourism sector. While Meghalaya is celebrated for its natural beauty and attraction, the preservation of these natural wonders all depend on the adoption and implementation of sustainable tourism practice. Without a commitment to sustainable tourism, the very quality that attract tourists could be compromised. Sir, Meghalaya boasts a strong culture of community cohesiveness and cooperation. However, the state faces challenges such as with untrained workforce. We don't have a trained workforce. poor tourism organization, and improper waste management. These weaknesses, coupled with the growing popularity of nature-based tourism destination, both domestically and internationally. So the way forward, as I have said in my opening remark, Meghalaya with its natural beauty, pleasant climate, even though there is a change in climate in present day, but we have seen and experienced to the rich culture that we have, which presents significant opportunity to tourism sector. However, to maximize its benefit, Meghalaya must prioritize community involvement, which is very important point. The involvement of the community to promote community-based tourism is very important. As I have said, suitable tourism practice, including responsible resource management, waste reduction, cultural preservation, ethical business practice, low impact activities, and education and awareness. So by focusing on this aspect, Meghalaya can achieve more inclusive and sustainable tourism, contributing substantially to its gross domestic product. Identifying target market, including domestic tourists, international tourists, while community involvement, tourists, international travel, it offers opportunity for grassroots livelihood. It can also lead to a dilution of service equality. Regulation, it is very important that there should be a regulation within this sector. Regulation play a pivotal role in tourism development. It provides necessary check and balance, ensure quality standard, and streamline activities like waste management. By promoting a trained workforce for better service quality, regulation can enhance the overall tourism experience that we have.
Now, any other members who would like to participate, I would like to give opportunity first to Mr. R.L. Tongkar, honorable member from Mokhalwat. You may take the floor now.
Sir, I once again thank you for allowing me to participate on this short duration discussion moved by honorable member from Nong. Sir, I will be brief and short on my submission, but I want to express my happiness to acknowledge that Meghalaya is one of the states in India that is growing in tourism sectors. And the fact of the matter is that in Meghalaya, when we talk about job opportunity, I think from every mouth, first will come tourism, which has the scope to give job opportunity to our young people. Sir, in this last few months, there was lots of talk about the job to be created by tourism by not allowing vehicles from outside to come to the state. If we look at positively, yes, by doing that, it will create job opportunity to many people, and many people will buy cars to run in the state of Meghalaya, especially to reach to all the tourist destinations. But there are problems also here, and if we look at negatively, we will see that we are disturbing the people who come from outside, and this may cause up to the extent that people will not like to come to Meghalaya. So we have to deal this very seriously, and we have to discuss with all the stakeholders of the state, especially people who are dealing with tourism activities, to understand better how to go about it. But I have one submission, sir, here, and I want to talk here about the safety of tourists. Let us think nicely the need to ensure that the tourists coming to the state of Meghalaya feel safe. And they feel that 100% are safe to go to Meghalaya and they have no problem. Sir, the fact of the matter is that people who are coming to Meghalaya, when they bring their own cars and they depend on Kokal, we know that all the time Kokal will not walk. People depend to Kokal to reach to all the tourist destinations, but most of the time they were misled by Kokal. There was an incident that tourists who are coming and wanted to come to city, to Police Bazaar, Kokal has shown the way from there, from that Laumali hospital, coming those steps to come towards Bara Bazaar, and you understand how the vehicle will have to go on the steps. So that is the fate of Kokal. That's why we know, sir, that it is not possible at all to depend on Kokal, especially in rural areas where the network is really challenges. That's why we need, as a government, to think how to solve this problem. And I could see to solve this problem is that we are creating job opportunity to our young people, and that is to encourage more and more tourist guides to come. We need good tourist guide in the state of Meghalaya, for which I propose that the government should train tourist guide. And not only train, but register them. We need a registered tourist guide who will register themselves so that they are responsible if anything happens to tourists. The tourist guide are responsible. If they take tourists from Shillong or from any destination, it's their responsibility to see that the tourists will return back safely. Sir, we know that when tourists come to Meghalaya, they have to go to villages, to rural areas, to those tourist destinations for which they don't know, and sometimes they may have no network, and there may have no people also to guide them where to go. When they reach different roads which are multiple connections, they will not understand where to go. That's why it is very, very important to have good tourist guide in the state of Meghalaya, which I propose that we can have two types of tourist guide. One, tourist guide without vehicle, and another, it will be a driver come tourist guide. A driver come tourist guide. It's very, very important when they take a car who is himself, the driver himself is a tourist guide. He will take to all destination. And I want to tell this Akos House that I have an experience to go to Nepal. And when we drive through the valley, through the plain, we have got another driver who drove the bus. And when we reach to the hills, they stop the driver there. That no, you are not trained to drive in the hills, so you are not allowed to drive in the hills. And they took the driver who is trained to drive in the hills, and another driver take the bus to take us to the hilltop of Nepal. So that is the practice that they have done in Nepal. I don't know how it works here. Whether the driver who are coming from outside, they know all the places, they know all the roads. That is the question mark, sir. That's why, as a responsible state, responsible department, I think we need to see from that aspect that how to ensure safety to the tourists who are coming to the state of Meghalaya by intervening in all this and taking the responsibility to provide tourists with a good car, with a good tourist guide to reach to all the places. That is my, my suggestion to the government, sir. Another thing which I want to remind our very own government, sir, we need to have also a tourist information center. I have in my dream, and I could see that there will be a big round building there at Mauyong, where it's visible to everybody who come from outside. Before entering Shillong, they would see a big round building, a very clear and visible, and writing there, Tourist Information Center. And there I could see if we can do that, if we can have such big building, we'll have the facilities, the room for the tourist guide to sit there, the big parking for our vehicle, our local cars to be parked there. I think many tourists, they will see and they will experience, they will enter in that tourist information center. But sir, as of now, even though we claim that we have tourist information center, it may be all online. And there are many people who don't know to use those online also. And they would love to come and to enter themselves to see physically what are the facilities that we have and we are offering as the government to that tourist information center. So this is my proposal, sir, that it is very, very good if we can have a tourist information center which is visible, which is clearly visible to each and every tourist coming to the state of Meghalaya. So I hope that if we intervene like this, of course, we know for sure that by this intervention, we will create job opportunities to thousands of our young people who are aspiring to to get job opportunity from tourist department. It is my dream always, sir, and I have stated here several times, that I want to see Meghalaya to be an India holiday home. Oh, it will be great if all people from across the state of India, if they recognize Meghalaya as an India holiday home, and if they come to Meghalaya to stay during their holidays, I am telling you, sir, we will be busy, each and everybody. We will involve ourselves in tourism sector, and it will create lakhs of people to get job opportunity in the state of Meghalaya. I want to call each and every stakeholder in the state of Meghalaya. Let us take this very seriously. And we know that the state of Meghalaya, the economy of the state of Meghalaya will boom if we really utilize it nicely, and if we let people of India, people of the world, to recognize Meghalaya as a tourist destination.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, for allowing me to participate in this short duration discussion raised by Sri Ïing to discuss about how to improve tourism sector in the state, as well as how to facilitate all stakeholders involved in the tourism sector. So I think most of the points have been covered by our members who spoke just now. Though there are a few key factors which is still a problem, I should say, especially when it comes to networking. See, now we have these convergence schemes with the banks. See, one of the problems which our state is facing in the last 2-3 years and so on is the networking. With the booming technology and online payment, there are many instances where tourists who comes all the way from outside the state, most of them go cashless. They don't take much money with them. And when they stay in these guest house and homestays, many of them have developed a tendency to pay via GPay or PhonePe, etc., etc. There are some cases wherein the network is bad or there's no service at all. So what happens to the homestay owners and the guest house owners? Sometimes tourists will say, okay, we'll pay you when we come back again. So that creates a mistrust issue, because some of them, when they leave, they're gone. So homestay owners are left with services and no payment. See, because the tourism sector, as we have seen the last many years, has been booming in our state. And if you consider our state with other states in India, especially mainland India, ours is not a monumental-based tourism, wherein there are huge monuments and people can come and visit, like Agra and places like Rajasthan. Ours is mostly a nature-based tourism sector. And how do we bring about these challenges? And I should appreciate, because we are receiving funds from EAPs, like ADBs and NDB. Recently, we got through Swadesh Darshan. These are the initiatives. I should thank the officers of our state who are doing a diligent work and helping our people getting work via these interventions. Now, there are two types of tourists, if I should say. There's one particular tourist who comes in, who spends 4-5 hours in a day, and he goes back without spending money at all. But there are some who will take their time, come visit each place, and spend money. So that's where we should seek to intervene. So that when people come to our state, they spend money. When they spend money, our people are benefited, and maybe via GST, our state is also getting a profit from it. So our intervention should be in that manner, wherein we devise a plan, a policy, where people come, they appreciate it, they're enthralled by the presence of our beauty, and they spend more time.
In the last few years, our state has been facing a lot of problems related to immigration, the tourism sector, and unemployment, which is the loudest cry in our state. Why I say unemployment? Because these immigrants enter our state without proper papers, starts to work in many construction sites, factories, shops, mines with a very cheap price and salary, which makes our residents and indigenous people short of work and earnings. In the recent news which happened in the country of Bangladesh has created a havoc in the border areas of our state. The disruption of their country law and order is a big scare to our state and also to the country as a whole. We should also know, for the general information, that Meghalaya shares the 5th longest borderline in the world with Bangladesh. The immigrants try their luck every day to enter our state from any leakage border points into our state. The tourism sector also being the only sector where revenue is generated directly or indirectly by the residents and local indigenous people. But in the recent months, there is a huge fall in terms of local earnings and tourist inflow into our state. This is hard to accept, but it's the fact that our state does not have a proper mechanism to streamline proper tourist entry into our state. For example, why are tourists being stopped midway for documents and paper checkings? I don't blame anyone, but it's our government's duty to implement a law. For example, the goods and service tax, one service tax for all. I would like to thank all the MLAs in 2019 that they have passed a resolution in the year 2019 urging the central government to implement the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation Act 1873. Unfortunately, this long pending demand has not seen the light of the day. The central government, in my opinion, has been neglecting and neglected the voice of the people of the state of Meghalaya, even though the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly has unanimously passed a resolution in 2019 urging the central government to implement the inner line permit in our state. Lastly, I just want to say that we and I don't want to be just a mere spectator in our own state. I would like to state that the best solution for the residents and indigenous population for a better law in tourism, for the safety and security of our state, is the implementation of the inner line permit, which I feel it's the master key and solution to solve all problems related to immigration. I want to end with just this note. A small step of man can be a giant step for the state of Meghalaya legislation.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I rise to reply to the short duration discussion brought forward by the Honorable Member from Nong, Ïing, under Rule 50 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly on the topic about the tourism sector in the state, and under the caption, Tourism Nosedives After HNYF's Vigilantism, published in the Shillong Times, dated July 30th, 2024. I thank the Honourable Member for raising this vital issue, which is of great importance to the state and its people, given the significant role tourism plays in our economy. I also thank the other participants in the short duration discussion, which include Pak Renik, Honourable Member from Maukarwat, Pak Balajit, Honourable Member from Shela, Pak Senshar, Honourable Member Soyong, Pak Rupert Momin, Honourable Member Kharkuta, and Pak Lakmen Rumbui, Honourable Member from Amlarem. So we have just heard very valuable suggestions and inputs from the honourable members, and as one of them has stated, Meghalaya has the potential of becoming India's holiday home. I will go a step further to say that Meghalaya is indeed a slice of paradise. And the USP of our tourism as an industry is a combination of nature, culture, customs, climate, colors, and cuisine. So the unfortunate incident reported on July 30th, 2024 in the Shillong Times, which occurred at Umtunga Junction, had a noticeable impact on the tourism sector. It may be mentioned that the district administration had also taken swift action upon receiving of information about the illegal obstruction of tourist vehicles by members of an organization called HNYF. The quick response by the police ensured that the movement of tourist vehicles was not significantly hindered, thus preventing further escalation of the situation. The police then apprehended and arrested 10 members of the HNYF, including the president of the East Khasi Hills District Unit. As a result of the incident, the immediate stakeholders in tourism had come together immediately on the same day to strongly condemn this reckless act of rowdyism. They also met the Honourable Chief Minister of Meghalaya and myself and submitted their memorandum. Reports indicated a 30% cancellation of hotel bookings on the 26th of July 2024 and a 50% cancellation of tours and activities from the following day. The incident led to immediate concerns among stakeholders in the tourism industry. In response, the Department of Tourism took swift action by organizing a stakeholders discussion on the 14th of August 2024. The discussion brought together more than 400 participants from all districts of the Khasi, Jaintia, Riboi districts. The stakeholders who participated included the Tour Operators Association of Meghalaya, Meghalaya Rural Tourism Forum, Meghalaya Tourism Development Forum, Tour Guides Association of Meghalaya, Federation of Shillong Hotels, Tourist Taxi Associations, academic institutions, and traditional heads. During the consultative meeting, several issues were discussed, and I would like to briefly highlight on those. Action plans and future directions. Mobile connectivity at tourist destinations. The Department of Tourism has written to the SDO of Sora, Penosla, and Amlarem to compile a list of tourist destinations without mobile connectivity. This issue will be taken up with the Department of IT and communication to ensure that these locations are connected as soon as possible. Power supply interventions. The department has requested the DCs of all districts to prioritize tourist locations that require immediate power interventions. These areas will be addressed under the CM's Solar Mission program to ensure uninterrupted power supply. Introduction of tourist assistance. To enhance the safety and convenience of tourists, a point that has been harped upon by a number of speakers, the department is coordinating with the Home Police Department to introduce tourist assistance personnel. These individuals will act as tourist police, first aid responders, tour guides, and tourist information providers at key locations across the state. We are also committed to investing in capacity building programs for tourism stakeholders to improve service quality and change mindsets. The department is re-strategizing its policies to focus on emerging destinations in West Khasi Hills, East and West Khasi Hills, Southwest Khasi Hills, Ribhoi, East Giant Hills, and the Garo Hills. This includes identifying and developing new tourist attractions and circuits. At the interface, there was also a call for more active involvement of traditional heads. The department has also advised the tourism stakeholders to come together in one platform. The government is here to create an enabling environment in the state for the tourism industry to thrive, and we are taking all steps to bring all stakeholders under one umbrella. More stakeholders meeting will be held at the district and subdivisional level. On the 22nd of August 2024, the Office of the DC East Khasi Hills and Chairperson District Tourism Promotion Society had conducted a stakeholders consultation, and altogether 188 stakeholders had attended the meeting. Tourism is one of the cornerstones of Meghalaya's economy. The vision of the department is to position Meghalaya as a high-value destination, promoting sustainable and responsible tourism that benefits both visitors and the local community. It is estimated that around 50,000 people in our state directly or indirectly depend on this sector for their livelihoods. Recognizing this, the state government is committed to fostering the growth of tourism as a means of generating employment, stimulating economic activity, and enhancing the overall quality of life of our citizens. To achieve our goals, we have identified the need to create high-quality tourism infrastructure in both established and emerging circuits. This includes the development of new accommodation options, improving access to our scenic locations, and enhancing the overall visitors' experience. By doing so, we aim to brand Meghalaya here as a premier destination for niche tourism products such as adventure tourism, experiential tourism, and cultural tourism. The government also recognizes that substantial investment is required to build infrastructure, and we have embarked on an ambitious plan to mobilize resources not only from the state budget but also through central government schemes and externally aided projects. One of the key initiatives in this regard is the implementation of the Meghalaya Eco-Tourism Infrastructure Development Project, an externally aided project under the New Development Bank. With a budget of 730 crores, this project aims to create iconic infrastructure at key destinations such as Sora, Shillong, and Tura. Additionally, we have secured funding of rupees 60.29 crores under the Swadesh Darshan 2 for developing Meghalayan AHKF experience and waterfall trails at Sora. Further, we have also received funding from the Ministry of Tourism up to the tune of 50 crores under the challenge-based destination development, a sub-scheme of Swadesh Darshan 2.0. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government of Meghalaya is committed to continually improving the tourism products, and we are focusing on developing new and unique experiences that cater to both domestic and international travelers. For instance, Jainty Hills is rapidly emerging as a favorite destination for tourists, with locations like Yalong, Sintuksiar, Krang Suri, Shnong Preng, Darang, and Yoksi. One of the significant projects in the region is the Thatlaskeng Hospitality Complex, strategically located on the National Highway. This complex is designed to provide world-class facilities to all types of tourists. The government has launched several new programs to enhance the tourism experience in Meghalaya. The Meghalaya Homestay Scheme, in convergence with the PMEGP, provides up to 70% subsidy for a 10 lakh project to promote homestays in the state, encouraging community involvement, a point that has been stressed upon by a number of speakers. Altogether, 633 homestays have been sanctioned since the scheme was launched. Further, the Prime Tourism Vehicles Scheme, which is a component under the CM's Elevate program, aim at promoting entrepreneurship amongst the youths of Meghalaya by providing easy access to credit. Altogether, 50 entrepreneurs have benefited from the scheme since its launch. To promote and preserve the rich cultural heritage of Meghalaya, the government continues to provide financial assistance for the celebration of various festivals, including the Wangala Festival, Nongkram Dance, Bedin Klam Festival, in addition to festivals like the Cherry Blossom Festival, Winter Tales, and the Megong Festival. Sir, the tourism sector holds immense potential for growth and development. We are fully committed to addressing the various challenges and seizing the opportunities that lie ahead through strategic investments in infrastructure. The introduction of new tourism products and the proactive involvement of all stakeholders is aimed at building a resilient and sustainable tourism industry that benefits everyone. So some of the concerns that have been flagged by the participants in the debate include community-based tourism. As I have mentioned, we are in active communication with all major stakeholders, and apart from the various conclaves that have been held both at the state and the district levels, we continue to have conversations and discussions. And as recently as last evening, I was with the Meghalaya tour guides operators to celebrate the fifth anniversary of their launch, and also to listen to their suggestions. Where waste management is concerned, the department, in convergence with the line departments, will shortly announce stringent measures, and also to proactively consider a state-wide ban on the use of plastic and also to take recourse to eco-friendly alternatives. Regarding a point raised by Honourable Member from Maukarwat on the safety of tourists, let me assure you, the House through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, that this is the highest priority accorded by the government of Meghalaya, and as I have highlighted, we will shortly be introducing the service of tourist guides and tourist assistants who will be visible on major tourism destinations to infuse a sense of security and also to act as guides and provide helping hand to visitors into the state of Meghalaya. Regarding tourism information centers, the discussions have already started in the department. We will certainly explore the possibility of ensuring that we have mega centers that provide tourists and visitors to the state with readily available information. So a point raised by Honourable Member from Shala is very valid. The need to have guides who are polyglots and have knowledge of various languages. The department will certainly give this suggestion due consideration and merit. Honourable Member from Jong has raised his concern about issues of visitors who are illegal. Sir, I'm sure that the Honourable Member and members of this August House will appreciate the fact that very recently the state government has announced that the labour laws applicable within the state of Meghalaya will be strengthened, and the registration of labourers has been made mandatory, and site inspections by labour inspectors has already started. We are also reviving the VDPs, the village defence parties, and a discussion in this regard has already taken place, and I had chaired this particular program, at the end of which the Honourable Chief Minister had also attended. The idea being that community participation is very important, not only from the point of view of visitors to Meghalaya, but also to check other menaces like drug trafficking and narcotics. Mr. Rupert Momin has made a mention about visitors not being to move easily beyond the Umiam Lake Point because of the constant traffic gridlock in that area. I would like to inform this August House that the Department of Tourism has identified Umiam Lake and its surroundings as a prime hub in tourism, and the Department of Power through the MECL has agreed to part with land measuring about 300 acres more in order to facilitate the creation of more experiential and more facilities for tourists to spend not less than a day at Umiam Lake itself. The idea being that once tourists are able to take part in various activities in and around Umiam Lake, they would like to spend the entire day there and wake up fresh in the morning and travel to Shillong. So, as far as Watts Lake is concerned, there is a major facelift that will be given to the lake, and this concern of the flagged by the honourable member has already been taken care of. Concerns about the development of tourism circuits in the Garo Hills have been expressed by the honourable member, and the major challenge is road connectivity. In this connection, the department will seek on a convergence mode to identify key and important tourist attractions in and around the Garo Hills region in order to facilitate and prioritize roads with tourism potential on a priority basis. Ma Lakamen Rambui has raised a very important, valuable suggestion about connecting Maukandro to Amlarem. This will receive due priority of our department, and as I mentioned, we will prioritize this on a convergence mode with the Department of PWD Roads. Dauki, yes sir, we are committed to improving accommodation facilities in the area. A major challenge that we face in that particular area is that there are land disputes which have stalled the department from proceeding further, but we are keenly on the job of identifying suitable and better accommodation facilities in that area, and I have personally spoken to the Honourable MLA Malakman Rumbui to seek his support in this regard. Sir, I believe that I have covered most of the concerns and issues flagged by the mover and other participants in this discussion. I believe that together we can and we should be in a position to drive the state forward, optimize and elevate tourism as a sector that will finally be not only an answer to the ills of unemployment and unemployability that continue to plague the state, but also ensure that the sector is in a position to adequately inject more revenue and infuse more capital investment, and at the end of the day, we should be in a position to see Meghalaya as not only a national but an international destination for visitors from across the world. Thank you.
The mover of the short duration in this discussion, you may seek one clarification, please.
Yes, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, I just want to express my sincere thanks to the Honorable Minister in charge of tourism for a comprehensive reply and for being able to be positively respond to all the queries that has been raised with regards to connectivity, identifying more tourist spots, community-based participation, improve ecotourism, and especially for taking on board all the stakeholders. So I would like to express my sincere thanks, and with these few words, I will resume my seat. Thank you, sir.